Alright, we're back with LocoRoco. So, I can't believe it. I tried to get the speed run record thing on this very first level. I'm off by 0.68 seconds. And this one's really freaking tight. In fact, let me just try it one more time. Hey, defuse. The frustrating thing about doing freaking tight. Oh, no, shut up, old tap tap. No. I wish that would mute itself. Anyway. So basically when you're trying to do a speed run, having more LocoRocos actually gets way in the way. And frick. It's kind of hard to avoid getting more of them. And so this first one has a particularly low margin of error. You would think the first area would be the easiest one to, you know, do a speed run for, right? But the time requirement's pretty ridiculous. Hello, Zach, Cat Black, and Pepsi Man. So are you back, Pepsi Man? I recall you being gone for quite a while. Did Coke arrest you? Were you arrested for soda crimes? When did this start streaming? Literally 1 minute 24 seconds ago. Ah. But yeah, it might seem like I've done this level fast, and yet I would say there's a 50% chance I do not, in fact, get the thing for it. I do everything I can. That was pretty good. This is why I'm not gonna try to do a 100% run, especially not while live streaming. I have gotten. I'm not sure if I got all of the time records, but I did get all of the Mui Mui and all of the LocoRoco in the PSP version. That, of course, does not transfer to this version. There's no real PSP to PS4 save path. You have clumps, Parky. Parker's here with me, as usual. I can groom the top of him. Oh, hey, we beat the time. So yeah, you get 10,000 pickeries for that. I don't think there's. Well, I don't want to speak too broadly, but I don't think there's any unique rewards. I think you just get pickeries for beating the times. Sorry, I'm grooming Parker. There you go. There you go. He gets fluff clumps because he is a fluff cat. Fluff cats are known for their fluff clumps. Alright, you were sitting in a very annoying position. Alright, here we go. So now we get to meet my favorite LocoRoco. And if I'm fast, we might be able to beat the game tonight. Maybe not. I think we still have at least 2 worlds. But yeah, we get, I never remember the names. I only remember Chavez, because Chavez is like a person name. None of the other ones are really person names. Hey, son. But yeah, I'll just let him sing for a bit. Actually, let me turn it up. Oh, come on. What is this, Door Fortress? There we go. Hey, Red. Oops. I was so into the music, I bumped into that. Yeah. This theme song is part of why this guy's my favorite. It's my favorite of the theme songs, too. Though it's a little weird for the super spooky level. But I guess this guy appears in a Mojo Mojo level because he seems somehow related to Mojo Mojo. He's not a bad guy though. But there's a little skit playing on that in LocoRoco 2 where they're like, huh, I forget the exact specifics, but that just kind of points out that, hey, doesn't he look a little bit like a Moja Moja? I think Septipus only checks. That's the bot that makes a post whenever I go live. It seems it only seems to check every few minutes, which isn't too unexpected for, you know, a free service. My live streams aren't that short anyway, so it's not a huge deal. I do think Beambot was faster, but I don't use Beam anymore. And it really has been nicer to just focus on YouTube. All of the chat is in one place, even with the chat thing. It's just nicer this way. Some people didn't understand the chat relay. There was differing, you know, amounts of chat lags over different sites. There was less of a sense of a community and stuff, you know. And view counts, if anything, have been higher since I stopped streaming to multiple things. Or maybe it's just easier to track, really, but it's been pretty successful. I don't really. I don't think I can. Yeah. So these little ones don't really. They just kind of weigh you down. Oh frick. They just weigh you down. You can't jump properly. They don't really hurt you. But they can get you hurt, as I got hurt on that Toge. Cousin Swice removed. Beambot was very fast. Yeah, that would make sense, though, because, I mean, Beambot was directly from Beam, you know. Septipus is just, like, listening for new streams, I think. Like, it's push versus pull. Beambot was push, and, Septipus must be pull. I had trouble before tracking when you're on multi-platforms. Really? Because I mean, you could just watch on any particular one of them. That was the nice thing, but it's just simpler, and really hasn't been a problem to do it this way. Hey, Mr. Rosen and Shrek. These little pachinko bits. Oh no, he didn't make it down. These little pachinko bits are the ones that will really infuriate you when you're going for the speed thing, and that's a big part of why you want less LocoRoco. Because a single LocoRoco will make it through that like nothing, but a large amount of them just takes a while. I really love the design of these areas. They do a great job of balancing the spoops and the fancy, bright, colorful, happy worlds. Despite being enemies, the Moja Moja don't feel entirely out of place here as enemies. It's a really great balance. It's like a notch down from the Kirby sort of like, oh goodness, no. Oh, oops. They sound just like me when they're trying to clear their throats. There's no way he's not saying "get down" in English. Most of the songs are gibberish, but the disco seems very deliberately. There's some bits that are English. Most of it's still gibberish. But, I think the get down is pretty immune to what I talked about before, the way you get distracted by the lyrics and, oh gosh, get out of here. Oh dang, there's two of them now. Also, I think these bigger ones will actually eat more LocoRocos. I actually forgot about that, because I get hit by these so rarely. It's honestly a little bit harder to get hit by these than it is normal Moja Moja. Mostly because there's more normal Moja Moja, but these are just so easy to keep track of. Hey Lucas, so wow. So it took like 9 minutes for Septipus to post. It's not the worst. I mean, it's automated, so I'll keep doing that instead of posting manually, because that's... And speaking of posting manually, I'm not sure the auto-tweet thing is working on YouTube yet. And if this, then that, which is what I usually use to auto-tweet things and stuff. It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to know that YouTube streaming is even a thing. In fact, Twitch is the only streaming thing it seems to acknowledge existing. How'd you get the black one? We just got it when we just started here. This is the first level he shows up in. Wait, this is the area I cleared out. I don't need to be here. I'm just being thorough. So last night I opened up a bunch of browser tabs. I really love digging into wikis and stuff for video games. I love bestiaries and all of the information about all the enemies and all that stuff. So I opened up a bunch of stuff about Dead Space, and I kind of want to play it again. I don't know if that would be the sort of thing people on this channel would want to watch. I'm a huge fan of Dead Space, though. It's been... how many years? I've barely played the original Dead Space since the year before Dead Space 2. How long are you gonna stream? I don't know. Oh no! You missed one. It doesn't matter. Probably like... Is this a little bit loud, by the way? What was I talking about? I lost it. Yeah, give me a brief explanation of this game. You are LocoRoco. Actually, you're the world. You're not LocoRoco. And you gotta tilt and bring the LocoRoco around, and you gotta defeat the Moja. That's pretty much what it looks like. Volume's fine. Alright, good. I turned it up a little bit so you could hear the music. I think there's 5 worlds in this game. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dead Space. It sucks what happens with 3, but I would still totally be down for either a reboot or a 4. I think Awakening kind of crapped the bed there, the DLC, so I think a reboot is most likely, but I think even without it crapping the bed, it wouldn't be, a reboot wouldn't be the worst thing. What's this? Oh, I know. So this game has lots of little puzzles you gotta do to get some of the secrets. No, I don't want you in there. Get out. Get out. There you go. This game does lots of little fun one-level gimmicks. This is one of those games that, like, a little bit like Yoshi's Island. I always talk about how Yoshi's Island, it does gimmicks right. It kind of like, oh frick, no. Okay, no, we gotta be smart about this. But by I mean gimmicks, I mean like a gameplay mechanic or enemy or something that's only used in one level to very good effect in that level. But it just keeps things really fresh, and it can be pretty hard to like make that work. Get up there. Wait, can I make this thing bump on its own? I think it needs to be moving. Dead Space for October? I was thinking more surreal, spoopy games, like, you know, IB and that kind of stuff. Okay, there we go. There actually had to be something for that. I was hoping to get... I could still never get the freaking Yumi Nikki fan games working on Windows 10. Some people are like, oh no, it should work. And it's like, no. It doesn't work. I even downloaded app locale, installed it, did compatibility settings, pretty much everything. It just does not work because it uses an ancient, crusty, nasty version of RPG Maker. RPG Maker 2000, if it's a Japanese game, is a huge problem. RPG Maker 2000 in general, it just sucks, frankly, because it has that nasty font issue too. And yet, a lot of the coolest stuff, like Off and Yumi Nikki, are made, in fact, in 2000. Which is unfortunate. They should do this what the heck game. It might just do it randomly, I don't know. I'm trying to stream a bit more. Wasn't it supposed to be birthdays? No, I said I was gonna do birthdays one of the days. But no, I did birthdays yesterday. I figured I would do LocoRoco today. I think I need this. You know the weird thing? The Surfer Bomb dude isn't actually from here. The red guy is. Oh, I should show you the red guy. I played a little bit, so... Oh, frick. I do have to bring that over. I did everything, though. I did the system... I changed my system language to Japanese. And had Apple Cal. And this thing just does not install. Ah, come on. Okay. Almost. No! Get on top and then push. There you go. Okay. This is not a precision platformer. This is... There's always a little bit of finagling involved with the LocoRoco. Because like I said, you play as the world, and you're just bumping the LocoRoco around. Oh, that's a bad guy down there. There we go. Move your butt. The thing is making distinctly non-beach ball noises. There we go. Yeah, I think I forgot to change the thumbnail. Changing the thumbnail's kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, no. But the title was LocoRoco. What is the purpose of the beach ball? We've solved multiple puzzles with it. So that is the purpose. What is this game about? This game is an extremely happy platform with lots of colors, and you gotta bring the little LocoRocos to save the world. You gotta wake up your neighbors with public noise complaints. Yeah, I think Birthdays is not the best port on PC, but the game itself is great, so hopefully they'll fix it. They had a very substantial update on PS4. That was for like UI stuff though, so I don't know exactly if. No, I didn't need it. Didn't need it. Oh, oops. Alright. There we go. I assume we're gonna need that over here. Oh, hey, Moi Moi. As a platformer, there's like a secondary, you know, layer of gameplay where you can get all the collectibles in the level. I'll try my best to get all the things, but I'm not gonna like replay levels just to get all the stuffs. I did that once on PSP. It takes quite a while. There's, I think there's 40 levels in this game. It's pretty big. Yeah, the controls are a little wonky, but it doesn't really harm the game that much. I mean, Birthdays. Controls for this game are very simple. There's literally 3 buttons in this game that you use. You use L and R to tilt the worlds. You use them both to bounce. And circle either splits the LocoRoco or puts them back together. But Birthdays is a little clumsy. I'm always pressing the wrong frickin' button. It's not unworkable, but it is frustrating at times. Not sure if I missed something there. These square ones are harder to work with. Yeah, I think I'm stuck here. Hello, Entropy and Kyria? This game does have a lot of points of no return in each level. They're very... It's just, if you're trying to get all of the things, there's certain points that you'll lose the ability to go back and 100% it. I mean, you can just replay the level is kind of the intent. LocoRoco 2 is even more focused on replaying. Because replaying is mostly just for fun and for unlocking stuff you don't particularly need in this. Replaying is more of a core mechanic and has more features in LocoRoco 2. LocoRoco 2 is fantastic too, by the way. I recommend getting them both. I assume we're going to get LocoRoco 2 for PS4. That might be one of those things where it depends how well this sells, but hopefully this will do well. It's a great game. Is this game moist? I mean, we're at the beach, so there's some moisture to be had here. Alright, we need to show you Red LocoRoco. The Red LocoRoco isn't my favorite, but you can now select the large LocoRoco. Alright, we haven't quite unlocked all of the minigame stuff. I think there's actually a more proper level creator. I don't know if we've unlocked that yet. Yeah, that one. We saw Chupa Chupa last time. Yeah, there's like a level creator. I think you have to beat the game to get that one though. But yeah, we have the large Loco house now. Oh, hey, music. Menu. Let's see. We should have a decent selection of stuff now. The ice stuff is my favorite to build with because this is kind of an auto platformer thing you try to put together. And the ice helps a lot because they just slide over. There's also a thing you can just have to force them to move. Jump left. Please. Oh, I think they default to jumping right to sort of restart the thing. What do I have that can push them over? Ah, there we go. Perfect. So when they're in the range of this thing, they'll auto walk to the direction it's pointing. There we go. Pikiron? I'm not sure the names of them honestly. Let's exit. My favorites are the black one. No, I don't want to save that one. That's just for saving the LocoRoco house. My favorite's the black one. The red one and green one are good too, and the yellow one. The only ones I don't particularly like are these two. This one's kind of interesting though. He's like a weird one. Anyway, this is, I forget what this one is, but he's got a good voice too. I forget if I like the purple one from LocoRoco 2. I don't believe I do. Oh yeah, the second game uses a lot more words and names things. This game largely leaves things up to interpretation. Sorry, anytime there's new music, I'm probably gonna be silent for a bit. Get your booty in there. There you go. Once you play this game for a bit, you start to get a feel for where a secret's gonna be. They're not all super obvious, but they're generally places kind of like that. Oops, excuse me. Oh, LocoRoco 2 is actually a fair bit different. There's actually some grinding involved. There's enemies drop items and stuff, and you can use them in the Loco house. Oh, frick. And you have to beat all of the Moja Moja or something in every level to get the true ending. And there's some optional levels which are extremely freaking hard. I don't think I ever beat Bui Bui Fort 3. It is ridiculously hard. And I hear it's even harder in Midnight Carnival, which I believe, because that game is freaking hard. Yeah, Bui Buis are great. I like pretty much all the additions to LocoRoco 2. It adds this system where if you get, it has these music notes spread throughout the levels, and if you get 300 music notes, or some amount of them, you unlock features that make that level easier to replay. So if you're having a lot of trouble, you can get those notes and then you'll have less trouble. And one of them gives you 4, I think, free hits to survive getting hit by toges. Which surprisingly are way more dangerous than the Moja Moja. Ah, frick. Alright, we can do this. I'm so ready for Patapon, though I really hope they fix Patapon 1 a bit. Because they didn't make any real gameplay changes to this game that I'm aware of. And Patapon 2 was just so much more playable. He's a fat triangle now. He sure is. I love the little shape-changey things. I think you actually missed my favorite shape change level. Or at least, it's one that uses more shapes. That was something I played back on my own. I don't think we actually need to go down here, but we're normal shape now. Oh, I love Patapon. It's just Patapon 1 is a lot harder to enjoy than Patapon 2, in my opinion. I would say my favorites, I would say it goes Patapon 2, Patapon 3, Patapon 1. Patapon 1 mostly flawed because of extreme difficulty and lack of forgiveness. It's just got a lot less going on. I mean, it's the first game, so I mean, to be expected, I guess. But, it's just a mix of factors that make it frustrating, and it's the only one I haven't beaten. What's the price? I think it was 15. 15 bucks. What is this? That looks suspicious. I'm sure I used to know all of the secrets in this game. Ah, I see. I knew there was secrets here. There you go. The game does a decent job of telegraphing secrets. Some things are more obviously secret, or obviously not secret. They're more obvious than others. I don't think I can play Patapon on an emulator. I'm bad enough without lag. Look like Angry Birds. I don't know where people get the bird association. I guess they have kind of a tuft at the top, like a bird would. But they're blobs. They're very squishy. Birds are not squishy. Do not squish the birds. Oh man, that is a very bad plan, Mr. Rosen. Definitely play 2 before 1. Patapon 1 is ridiculously hard and does not have an easy mode. There's a couple of fun callbacks to Patapon 1 and Patapon 2, but it's really not a big deal. It's definitely not one of those games where you need to play them in order. Like Dead Space, that's a game you need to play the first one in. And that's not even like, playing Dead Space 1 isn't even hard. Yeah, don't let Patapon 1 prevent you from enjoying the series. Is Patapon confirmed? I'm the master of bad plans. But yeah, Patapon 1 is confirmed for remaster. They haven't mentioned any further remasters. I assume LocoRoco 2 and Patapon 2 will happen. And hopefully Patapon 3, Patapon 3. Personally, I didn't enjoy Midnight Carnival too much. Midnight Carnival is like ridiculously hard. It's such a weird, like, Patapon is not as easy as it might look. Or LocoRoco. I mean, Patapon isn't as easy as it might look either. But, LocoRoco can get hard when it wants to. It mostly only wants to in LocoRoco 2. But Midnight Carnival is brutal. Bioshock is also one who used to play the first one. Yeah, though I don't know why playing only Bioshock 2 would be kind of a weird starting point. I know who Keemstar is. Vaguely, I know he whines on the internet. So he's just like me. Yeah, he's some drama YouTuber. I avoid drama YouTube at all physical costs, which is actually extremely easy. Yeah, the boing feature. There's a lot of things that are really, like, like, Midnight Carnival makes you pay for, like, forgiveness features. It makes you pay for checkpoints. It removes checkpoints. Though, I mean, it added checkpoints, which is part of a show of how freaking hard it is. Because these... It's pretty hard to actually die all the way in this game. This is one of those games, it's kind of like N++, and I actually really like this. I meant to make a blog post about this, but it's this thing called, I call, like, difficulty as content. So, like, in N++, there's no hard mode, but there is kind of a hard mode because there's this stuff called gold. So to complete the game, you need to get all the gold, and getting all of the gold in a level is usually, like, several times harder than just completing the level normally. It's still the same level, so it's really interesting because it doesn't separate it out as a mode, and it doesn't give it, you know, it's not new levels, but at the same time, it's really effective, and LocoRoco does kind of the same thing. It's pretty easy to just get through the freaking level. Absolutely 100%ing every level is significantly harder. Still not super hard in this game. It's harder in 2. Mostly because of Buoy Buoy Fort 2, or 3. Costumes are the only good thing. I honestly forget about the costumes. I did not get very far in Midnight Carnival. I think I got maybe halfway. I need to get up there. Oops. Ah, frick. That didn't work. I don't think we heard this music before either. This is Chapo War, the only place whose name I freaking remember. The places are all named in LocoRoco 2. It's hard to remember them though. It's been years since I played either one of these. So like collectibles and Super Meat Boy. Yeah, exactly. It's like reusing the same level for a hard mode all on its own. It's not like explicitly called a hard mode. So you don't feel forced to go get it. Like some people just like, yeah, I'm a real gamer. I gotta play on the hardest mode. And then they end up having a horrible time because the hard mode is not designed to be the first mode you play. You know, which makes sense, you know, if you're smart. But, I really like that sort of method. Like, yeah, Meat Boy does it. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on getting 100% here because I already missed the thing. If you blended a LocoRoco, would it become 1,000 of little LocoRoco? I think they would just stay as one globular thing. Does LocoRoco translate to anything? I don't believe so. I think Loco might be intentional, because yeah, that is crazy or something in Spanish. We don't have enough to wake up the moon. Oh, and LocoRoco, you should play LocoRoco 2, if only for one thing. Hold on a sec here. Who's got it? No, I don't want to level. Oh, here we go. This alone is why you should play LocoRoco 2. Watch me get content ID for this. This is Buoy Buoy 4. I thought it would be at the right volume. You should play Super Meat Boy. I have played Super Meat Boy. It's not really my type of thing. I really need to find... I should probably add a compressor for the desktop audio or something. So was that like unintelligibly loud? It didn't... It's not too loud on my... Usually when it's okay on my audio, it's fine on stream audio. That's kind of what I go by. Oh well. Yeah, that's Buoy Buoy for it. That's actually the Midnight Carnival version. When I found the LocoRoco 2 version, it has the freaking LocoRoco voices over it, which are not as good. Huh. I wonder if it's maybe because it was a YouTube video instead of a thing. Maybe I just like listening to it louder. I like these areas. They're kind of little ruins puzzles. Make you feel like Indiana Jones. How does this one work? Move this maybe? Oh, I bet I moved this up. Maybe? There you go. Yeah, Buoy Buoy or Evil Mui Mui from LocoRoco 2. And they have a new level type, and the levels are all ridiculously hard. Oh, I see a secret. There you go. I don't think being a giant LocoRoco would like take over the world. They're trying to save the world. Like the whole point of this game is to make more LocoRoco so they can save the world. Oh, oops. Not allowed to jump. Oh, come on. There we go. Buttons. What's that do? Oh. Brace for pain. Oh, this isn't one of the ones that pinch you. Well, I mean, it does pinch you, but there's one of those, like, crane arms. It just grabs, like, just a little tiny pixel of the LocoRoco and, like, stretches them, and it looks super painful. So this is kind of Pikmin meets Katamari. I mean, so, kind of, maybe. At least in terms that there's cute things and colors. But I mean, it's just a platform where you roll around, really. Oh. I was expecting a secret there. What did LocoRoco's do in the spare time? I would assume singing and run around chasing Kokorechos. That's the only thing we've really ever seen them doing. Obvious secret over this way. I like how each one is a transparent tile. Oh, a neat trick they do with rendering this thing. The whole background is like one big texture. So like if you notice the little dislocated bits will actually line up perfectly with other stage elements because it's all just one big image. Wow, this is a wide open secret area. I love when they just have to like sploop down through a thing. That was a good sentence. I think this entire level is just one big secret. Not a fan of the red LocoRoco? We've barely heard. You haven't even heard him sing. I think he only does that on... Each character has a level type where they will sing their song instead of the normal level song. This guy sings in the tropical area. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wait. Did he drop me or something? That was odd. I like his voice, but we haven't really heard his song. If I see the tropic place, I'll have him sing again. If it's not a song that's for them, they just have they just sing a little chorus, which is different for each LocoRoco. There's only a couple. There's a couple areas in this game, at least, that oh, there we go. Do not, in fact, have a chorus. I think it might just be the inside a giant creature ones, but there might be others that I'm forgetting. I haven't noticed any others anyway. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was too short of a jump. You gotta kind of charge the jump a little bit if you want to go all the way. I didn't actually need to jump there. Ah, oh, frick. The blobbiness is so good. A+ blobbiness in this game. Alright, we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna go to the state championship. We're gonna do it. Yes! Okay. State championship is here. Oh yeah, and you hear him saying if I found like a thing where I need to wake up the moon or something. I haven't found one of those with him yet either. Get the thing. There you go. He's got a good octave range now that you mention it. Oh, here we go. Now you hear a snippet of it. Yeah, the green one, Chavez, is the surfer dude I was talking about. He's the only one whose name I remember because it's like an actual person name. I also remember the purple one is like Viola or something related to Violet. Oh, looked like a secret. It's kind of like Doom in that the main way to find secrets is just kind of hug every wall. You don't even have to press spacebar and go. No one knows exactly what Doom Guy is doing to those walls, but if we're lucky, we'll never find out. Acapella. Yeah, we're only missing one kind of LocoRoco. There's one more that is not in this game. It's only in LocoRoco 2, the purple one. I don't like the purple one as much. I'm always surprised this tuning up thing never wastes anything of this thing. Yeah, some of the tune-ups are pretty loud. I like how when they're split up, they have a lower voice than the big one tends to be. I'm not sure how that works. I think Chavez is actually in the snow place, yes, but he just reminds me more of a surfer bro. Even though this one is actually the tropical one, so to speak. Huh? Not sure what that was. Wait. Oops. Secret? Obviously. There we go. The white ones are worth 100. Got a great voice. Also, his description is exuberant geek, which is extremely relatable. This red one. I forget the other descriptions, but that's what he is. I really like how this game blends the music to the gameplay. I'm sure there's some other examples I'm not remembering, but it's one of my favorite examples of a non-music game that really integrates music really well. So the planet is helping these guys increase their numbers to wipe out another species. An invasive species, yes. I mean, they came to frickin' Earth from a comet. How much more evil can you get? Beccaron is actually supposed to be the nerdy one, but how can you see that now? Mostly the little derpy smile he's got there. Also, when he gets tickled, he looks very geeky. There's these little spiky dudes. They're usually in the mushroom area, but they, he makes a really dorky smile. Oh, I think this is where we get Chavez. Maybe. Yep, there's Chavez. He just looks so chill at all times. Also, the loading screens used to take a lot longer, especially if you had if you had the UMD version. I mostly went all digital on my PSP, and that kind of paid off because most of that stuff. Oh, for Pete's sake. Because not only did they have faster loading on PSP, most of them come over to Vita, where obviously UMDs don't work on Vita. He looks like a stoner. I love him. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca and Vincent. Oh frick. Whatever. I don't need 100%. There we go. Yeah, I like his little song. He's gonna be wearing tropical shorts. Now, Chavez is the one that actually lives in a tropical place, but I mean more of his music. Echo. Did you just mean the song, or? That's actually a secret. Of course, the loading is, it's a 10-year-old game, so the loading is improved. But yeah, the thing is, in LocoRoco 2, waiting for loading is actually like has a gameplay effect, because you had a there was a mini game on the loading screen, which I think was actually in violation of a ridiculously terrible patent, which has since expired, I believe. But anyway, you could mash like square, like the loading screen is a Mui digging in like a cave, and once you get to the far end, you get a new item, and you can mash square while loading. So a nice long loading actually helps you get some items sometimes. Just a nice change of pace. It's Kermit the Frog as a blob. Oh no. No, this is not Kermit. Kermit is not a nice thing in this stream. I think that patent has expired. The MP3 patent has expired too. So hopefully we'll be seeing more native MP3s. The most stuff really just bit the bullet and used MP3 anyway. Not that OGG is that bad, but you gotta have MP3 support really. In fact, I wonder if things no longer need lame MP3. Kermit is too MLG for this game. Yeah, he's got a nice derpy face. I think Namco had some other ridiculous patents too. Like, I think they patented some kind of like way to steer a video game, like a virtual car in a video game. Like they're not the only ones either. A lot of companies have ridiculous gaming patents. Software patents are garbage in general. And honestly, it's just the very concept of a patent. At least the term length, like 13 years on new tech. Like maybe, you know, 200 years ago that was probably pretty reasonable. But that is extremely egregious at this point. Like products will be completely worthless in 13 years. And also, it like literally kills people because prescription medicines get patents, and then you can't get a generic until the the patent expires, and yeah, that literally kills people because the prices end up too high. Like, who was it? Who's that guy that everyone hates for good reason? That guy that owns a patent on some rare parasite disease. He rose the price for some anti-parasite drugs like over 1,000% just because he's an asshole. I wonder, is this Echo like a feature at this level? Wait, Namco still owns the Maze Chase thing? It's kind of hilarious because Maze Chase was already like insanely infringed in the 80s. You can find a crap ton of awful. Actually, there's an amazing. Hold on, I'm so sorry for doing this to a children's for you know, Babby game stream, but that's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go! A classic. I have to show you this. This is a Pac-Man clone I'm going to be showing you. Keep this in mind as you appreciate the name and the art. A classic MSX game. Shit. By Eurosoft. Let me shrink this down a little bit. It's literally Pac-Man. It's just plain old. It's an extremely straight up port of Pac-Man. Hardcore Gaming has an article on this. Let me find that article. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Here's an article about it. This is a Christian stream. We can't say naughty naughties. But yeah, this is a real game. Oh, and there's more box art too. Original character, do not steal, by the way. Look how original that character is. And I like this, like, vampire. Like, this is extremely, you know, obviously this is a Pac-Man game on the far right there, right? While we're talking about Pac-Man covers, there's this insanely awesome one. We saw this a couple streams ago, but there was this extremely exuberant one. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's not any of these. I think it was like a recent discovery or something. Pac-Man Atari rejected cover. There you go! Oh no, this one's more colorful. Wait. Whatever. This is Pac-Man. All of these are Pac-Man. You need to just keep that in mind. This is Pac-Man. I would play Pac-Man if it looked like this. I mean, I want a modern Pac-Man that looks exactly like this. I don't even care if it plays like regular Pac-Man, and I don't like Pac-Man. I like Pac-Man DX Championship Edition or whatever it's called. I enjoyed that one, but I never liked the original Pac-Man. Anyway, let's get those off screen. Alright. Is this a PSP emulator? Oh no, this is LocoRoco Remastered. This is the PS4 version. An emulator wouldn't look quite this good. I do think the blobs are rendered in 3D, but you're still gonna get some ugly bits with the UI and stuff in an emulator. Olympic Robot versus Kaju. Yeah, they look like freaking giant Onis. Like, I don't know how they ever came up with that. And that's a rejected box art, by the way. They didn't go with that, which is like, wow. Like, I would buy 10 copies of that just for the box art. What's weird is they went with a tamer one, and I can kind of see why they went. They wanted a more child-friendly one. In a way, it matches the game a bit better, but I mean... But I mean... How could you possibly go with the right over the left? Like, the left just completely transforms your world and opens your mind to strange new things. And honestly, the weird, creepy Pac-Man with human legs and arms is the creepiest part of that cover, and they kept that part. Those are different versions of games, but still. They didn't use the ridiculous Oni one. I guess I'll stick with Chavez for now. I don't even remember, I don't know anything about which Atari is which. I know the 2600 and I know the Lynx, and that's about it. I think that's about all that was really ever relevant. I mean, not that the Lynx was very relevant. Or I know the Jaguar because of that ridiculous controller. If you've never seen the Jaguar's controller, I guess it's a toss-up. Let me show you two controllers, two extremely high-quality controllers. And I'll let you decide amongst yourselves which one is worse. Oh, there's multiple controls for this. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this one though. Alright. Which one's worse, chat? Which one is worse? This is the Atari Jaguar. And this is a variant of the CDI remote. There's apparently multiple ones of these, but this is the most painful one I found. There's also one that looks suspiciously like a Vive wand. Or like the PlayStation, or not the PlayStation, the Google Daydream thingy. Oh my god, why is this image so big? Why is this image so big? It was like freaking 4K. Oh wow, it is 4K. But yeah, this one looks kind of like a Vive wand. But yeah, look how amazing these. Imagine how these would feel in your hands, and imagine like, oh, you know, I need to press the 7 button. Like, what is all that crap at the bottom of the Jaguar? I play COD with that. You'd be freaking MLG. Somebody needs to bring one of these to AGDQ. I want to see, like, a 2-player co-op thing where one person has the freaking CDI remote and one of them has this thing. And it can't be a retro game. They have to play, like, you know, Halo 5 with that. That's what I want to see. Jaguar looks like 2DS. It kind of does. Oh, this is terrible. Yeah, those are quite possibly the 2 worst controllers I've ever seen. How many freaking uvulas does this thing have? What does the uvula even do? Is it just there to give you that reflex of, like, barfing, or the gag reflex, or I don't even know. I just know that it sounds very sexual and is absolutely not. Though there's probably somebody with a uvula fetish out there. There's a fetish for everything, as I've learned, unfortunately. They just released a patch for birthdays on PC. Was it for the frame rates and stuff though, or was it? Because they released a PS4 version patch for that adds new control stuff. I could do with some frame rate stuff on PS4 too, though. Once you get a very large world, you do get some frame rate issues. And I don't believe the game has PS4 Pro support, but I could be wrong. I can usually kind of tell if a game has PS4 Pro support, and Japanese stuff usually does not. Uvula stops food from going back up your nose when you swallow. Oh, it fixed performance issues? Oh, cool. Hopefully people redo their Steam reviews then, because I know that it's gotten the standard, you know, review crucifixion. Which, I mean, yeah, when a game is bad, you know, or, you know, performance is a problem, it's good to have that noted, but I wish more people would, like, go back and actually note when his stuff changed. This is where the heart is in the giant penguin. It's very small, considering the size of everything else. I freaking love the incredibly inappropriate, like, 50s bebop music when you've been ingested by, like, a giant monster and you're just like, yeah. Da do da do da do. You ever watch Rick and Morty? Yeah, I've seen Rick and Morty. There we go. Sorry, these things occupy a large amount of brain power to operate properly. There we go. That was a good point of no return, so let's look this way. Oh! Oh, that was just... Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. So let's go this way. It added a GPU selector. Oh, wait. Oh. Was that just indicating this? Yeah, it was. They look over at the thing that they're indicating to. I hope he doesn't need that bone. It's fine. He'll be fine. Not entirely sure what part of the body this is. I don't like it, though. Why did this thing eat a Mojo? Is that like the second one where it has fallopian tubes? Are there fallopian tubes in... Is that something in LocoRoco 2? Wait, are there giant monster levels in LocoRoco 2? I think there are. I don't recall that, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. I don't think those seams were visible on the PSP version, but... It's interesting how the gooey stuff is constructed. Wait. Was this false ball? Yes, it was. I love the gooiness physics. The thing from the thing's perspective. We're just taking a little trip through. This is Anatomy Park. Oh wait, is this a bad or good thing? Oh, that's a bad thing. Okay, I see. Oh yeah, we have beaten up a lot of penguins in this game. I'm not entirely sure why, but there's a lot of penguin violence in this game. Uh-oh. That uh-oh is not for the penguin violence, but for missing this. This guy has taught me that penguin violence is always justified. These penguins are lazy. They need to pick up their bootstraps. Oh, for Pete's sake! I think I'm gonna split. I think I'm gonna split when I go up there. I don't know why I'm getting, like, just not enough speed to go. Oh, come on! Sign up now to prevent Dominingo. Alright, that's what they're called, Dominingo. Which is just like a regular person's name. I don't get why... isn't that? Yeah, that's a normal person's name, right? That apartment penguin was insane. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Crisis averted. I like how in like almost every single one of these levels, at some point you break through a bone to progress. So that can't be pleasant for the thing you're in. And well, with one exception, you're never in like a giant like enemy or anything. They're just like random animals that are giant and ate you. Oh my gosh, I just noticed something hilarious. So, when I search for CDI controller, the relateds are a bunch of other terrible controllers, and one of it goes Jaguar, obviously, 3DO related, Atari 55200, and one of them's the Dreamcast. Poor Dreamcast. It was not the best controller. You can kind of see where they were trying to go with it. They tried to learn a bit too much from the N64 controller and not enough from the PlayStation controller. And it didn't. It's not as bad as it looks. But yeah, it's not the best controller. They did solve the problem with having memory card slot share the Rumble Pack slot, though, because they had 2 slots for that. They did not solve it by just putting it in the frickin' controller, which should have been the obvious solution. But I'm sorry, that's hilarious every time. We just got out of his like giant buddy and we just plow him right in the face. LocoRoco cringe. What's the dream catcher? What do you mean? Huh. The music kind of always glitches just for a second when it loads up this screen. It's kind of annoying. Hopefully they'll patch that. Things get patched now. It's so exciting. I was very pleasantly surprised by birthdays being patched, and like lots of like, you know, those mid-budget Japanese games have been getting patches that I kind of expect them to not get patched. Hey Niffy, you're here early. I have bad news. I've actually been streaming for over an hour, but you tried. I forgot to freaking play as the... I should switch back to the black one. The only other remaster... I don't know, there's a lot of other good remasters Sony could do. I'm pretty okay with the PSP and Vita's libraries coming over to PS4. It gives them this really good baseline of just, you know... I mean, in a lot of ways, the PS4 is just the PlayStation 2. And that's pretty great. And, a lot of people never had a PSP, or a Vita for that matter. So, it's a pretty... Oh, I need one more me. Don't have enough me's. There we go. And I prefer to play on console anyway, so I'm pretty good with, you know, some remasters. I don't necessarily want to rebuy things, but I'll pitch in 15 for LocoRoco. You guys gotta be kidding me. You flippin' idiots. Okay, there you go. There we go. Vita's a good console. It's just I don't like portables. I try to avoid it, and this is a game I wanted to review, and I haven't really played it because I haven't wanted to play on my Vita or my 3DS since I played Phantom Brave, or not Phantom Brave, Brave Dungeon on 3DS, and I kind of want that to be my last 3DS game. And I wonder if... Oh wait, this is a bad thing. I did bad things. Oh no. I thought that was like going forward, but never mind. I did one of those things where like you're trying to go the wrong way to get the secrets in a video game and you accidentally go the right way and it sucks. It's such a weird video game only thing. You're looking for weird box art? I like how these guys just scream at you. They're not really enemies. They're just out to have a good scream. And we murder them. Why? Why do we do these things? For the glory of Satan, of course. If you can get a PSP or a PS TV, they're pretty cheap and they play most relevant Vita games. They get a lot of bad rap because some games don't work on them, but really, between a PS4 and a PS TV, you have almost everything the Vita has to offer. It's like some of the best Vita stuff that never got PS TV support got a PS4 port anyway. Like Gravity Rush was the biggest one I can remember that was a problem. Pretty much everything modern has PS TV support, even after its discontinuance. In fact, it kind of has better support now that it's discontinued than it had earlier. It's one of those things where it was a great idea, but you had to do it at the same time as you release the console, because otherwise you get this partial support weirdness, and it just doesn't work that way. You can't do that. You end up with like, you know, a 32X situation. How do you ship blobs? I don't understand. They barely even have like personalities. As much as I like them, I mean, there's almost nothing to work with there. Oh no. I gotta hit the thing. Okay. Wait, why am I so worried? I already ruined it 100%. I don't care. Though that's not really a LocoRoco thing. Any fandom will ship anything. It doesn't matter how ridiculous or disturbing or whatever it is. People will manage to ship absolutely anything for any fandom of any size. Like, there's probably like... there's things that you've never heard of that there's an intense shipping fandom for. Like there's probably an Abyssrium shipping. They're like, oh yeah, freaking leatherback turtle. He's really into frickin' the harp seal. He's all about that booty. Wait, what? That's not what the cover art looked like, was it? I've seen worse, though. Oh. I don't actually have the covers for the Mega Man Zero games, though. I got those used, so they were just loose cartridges. I did get the Zero collection, though. Speaking of remasters, I would really love, even if like it's not really adjusted too much. I know there's already a collection on DS, but for Switch, that would be really great. I don't mind remasters for PC slash... Oh, this is a PAL version. I don't really mind remasters for Switch slash PS4 slash PC, because that lets me play portable games the way I actually want to play them, which is with a controller that does not make me die. I mean, the PS Vita, it's the most comfortable portable I've ever used, but it's still not as good as like a DualShock 4 or Xbox One controller. They're kind of ironically not particularly pleasant for long gaming sessions. They make human versions of them. Oh no. That's one of my least favorite things. Like making the human, you know, version of non-human thing. Sometimes Pokemon Jijinkas turn out alright. But usually not. The Pokemon in particular, I think, it gets like the highest quality stuff. Because I mean, it's a big franchise. It's got a lot of Japanese fans, so you don't get as much of the, or at least you don't get as high of a ratio of the deviant art cringe stuff that's like, you know, by a 14-year-old. Unfortunately, I think if we go with the black one for this one, it'll just use the song again, and I want to hear the normal Mosha song. Wonder Boy is great, but I don't see what On The Go has anything to do with it. Frankly, I don't think there's been any, other than the Pokemon thing, which is invalidated because of trading, because of online trading. I've never really seen a compelling argument for a game being like, oh, this game has to be portable, right, bro? It's like, not really. So I'm kind of okay with portables, frankly, just not being a thing at this point, which seems to be where we are. So when I played Booey Booey earlier, was it just completely unintelligible? Was it that loud, or? Because like, it is a really good song. I did want to show you. But the thing about Wonder Boy being a portable game done right, it's not a portable game. It's just a good game. That's the secret of making a good portable game. You just make a good goddamn game. There's no secret to making a good portable game, other than being able to save frequently and, well, that's really about it. You know, not having like not being locked in to like a 4-hour play session without being able to save. That's like the one thing, and then otherwise it's just a good game. Pokemon, yeah, it's a good game. Mega Man Zero, it's just a good game. It could have been a console game easily. Okay, it was just too loud. Like, it was intelligible. Alright. I figured, because, like, I try to set up my audio settings so you just kind of hear what I hear. I did turn it up a little bit, but it didn't sound too bad on my end. Yeah, if this is the end of the portable age of games, I'm not too busted up. I think the Switch is the proper way to do that kind of deal. I think we missed a secret. It'd be better if games allowed you to save anywhere. Yeah, the thing about the portable thing, like being able to save often, like that doesn't even just only apply to portable either. Like the bite-sized gameplay thing, like even that is not really just portable exclusive or anything. Just let me save and continue on. And it's less of an issue now that everything has a suspend mode. That was my favorite feature of the PSP as a portable console, just being able to suspend it. And I'm so glad the PS4 and all of them basically now have that. And it's funny that PC is the one thing that really doesn't do that well. It's mostly Windows' fault, not really games, though. Windows doesn't wake up very well. Yeah, you can do save everywhere and just be like, okay, you're in you're in battles where it disables saving. Lots of games do that. Or just like let you save anywhere, but you return to a checkpoint if you die. Like you return to a set location or whatever. A lot of games do it that way too. There's ways around any form of like save coming. Well, not any form. But, oh, splurt. Being a stick is great. I really like how whenever you're a weird shape, there's usually some puzzle or something or other that takes advantage of that shape. Like, we could not reach that thing up there if we were not a stick. Aw, come on. I don't even recall missing anything obvious. Oh, wait. We got one. Nah, I think we're done. See you, Lucas. Oh well, we'll continue on. Hey, Super Splite. I wonder if I can go back down. Probably not. Uh-oh. This is like that one boss fight in Sonic 2. It's like... Hold on. Aw, come on, how did that not hit him? I think you have to defeat these guys to get a thing. Otherwise, I would just would have walked past them. As you can see, the big ones are actually not particularly hard because they're really predictable. They look so derpy when they're down to 1 HP. There you go. There we go. How do we get to that? Actually, I don't think that's actually up above. I think that's over here. Yeah, there it is. They'll have their own choruses when they're split up too. You don't get to hear it too much because I don't. It's much harder to play as a split up group. This level brought to you by the letter E. Mui Mui's silver medal. I wonder if the achievements for this require like 100% or anything. Because I find all the hidden Mui, perfect rank for a Pickery 20, full belly, complete 20 stages. Alright, it's mostly the upbeat target stages and all-time attack. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that one. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I beat everything 100% before, which is why, at least not now, I don't really plan to 100% this again. I have a lot of games to play, so I don't really tend to 100% things. He says playing a game he's played several times before. Alright. I think this guy's name's Budsy? I was actually just looking that up a bit ago. Like yesterday. I wasn't intentionally looking up the names. I was actually looking up the lyrics. And there are not official lyrics. So it's just like people like making up what they think this sounds like. I hope you're wearing if you're wearing headphones, he's like the audio panning is extreme for his voice. It's a little weird. It's kind of neat though. I freaking love the art style of these games though. I hope we get a new LocoRoco after all of this, and not a Midnight Carnival style one. It's so weird how Sony kind of just slept on its own properties for a while. Like, I don't know what happened with Sony Japan for a while, but like, LocoRoco and Patapon were just absolutely killing it, and then they're just like, you know what, maybe we should not do anything. I mean, we did get Gravity Rush, so all is not terrible, but it's just weird that like the Patapon 3 and LocoRoco 3 and Patapon 4 should have been obvious picks for early Vita titles. It's so weird that neither of those showed up on the console at all. Like, what the heck? Speaking of what the heck, no! Frick. Inspiring Abyssrium fan art. What even is... How is there even Abyssrium fan art? I mean, the art style is great, but I mean, it's fish. I mean, you can make fish art if you want, but it's weird. There we go. Oh yeah, my Discord is a good way to get around the no links thing. I have no control over that, by the way. Only moderators can post links, and YouTube doesn't really give me a way to do anything about that. By the way, speaking about YouTube, the YouTube gaming staff is actually pretty accessible. There's a subreddit and a Discord where actual YouTube gaming staff members go on and they listen to feedback, they answer questions, and it's pretty cool. I honestly didn't realize it was quite like that, but the YouTube gaming staff is a lot more approachable than regular YouTube staff, who, as far as I can tell, do not actually exist and or are a bunch of killer robots. Not entirely sure which. But the people I've seen of YouTube gaming seem to not be killer robots. Will I beat the game today? Probably not. Because I'm probably going to be going just another 40 minutes at most. Because, I mean, it's a Sunday and I have work tomorrow. But and there's at least another world. I'm not sure if this is the last world. I mean, if I get to like level 5 and it's like 8 o'clock, I'll still play level 5 or like the last level. But if we're nowhere near, I'm not gonna like go the whole way through. I might maybe Tuesday or Wednesday I could finish it up though. I'm actually taking my mom out for Mother's Day tomorrow because Mother's Day is extremely unpleasant to actually go to dinner on. So we always do it on the day before or the day after, and I was not prepared for the day before. So we're doing that tomorrow. It's just better that way. We all of my family hates major like social event things and like tons of people around, so we always avoid any major stuff like that. Like we don't want to be caught out with a bunch of people. Okay, I don't think... Wait, is there water somewhere? That would make us... Okay. There we go. That makes this much easier. The other forms are usually way harder to control. Because you don't roll smoothly, obviously, because you're not a ball. Oh, frick. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, yeah, no problem. I tend to forget it too, but until the week of anyway. I don't really keep track of tons of holidays and crap. If there's no like family gathering sort of deal, which we don't do many of, and I'm not off work, I usually forget if anything is even occurring. Aw, we missed one frickin' pickery. My mom's birthday fell on Mother's Day. That's convenient. See you, music. You have a different Mother's Day? Huh. I don't get how things like that even happen. Alright, as much as I'm gonna hate myself for doing this, I want that pickery. I want that pickery. Okay. Lark. Yes! Perfect. Okay. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'll probably stream... I don't know. I might... To finish this up, I might do Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know. I've been thinking of streaming just more in general. To keep in the habit. And streams have been going very well. Like I was trying to say earlier, since doing the YouTube split, it's been a lot more... It's been a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable to do the streams. So I think that was a good decision. I never like to, you know, remove features, so to speak. But sometimes you gotta do it, and sometimes, oh gosh, sometimes it's better for everyone. Mothering Sunday? No. No. Yes, okay. They freaking have to give us LocoRoco 2 after this. It would be way too cruel to not. Just gonna check this. It's nothing. LocoRoco 2 is an interesting one. It kinda... it changes just enough in my opinion. It has less levels, but it has more replayability, and it's, it adds just enough stuff. It avoids that unnecessary sequel syndrome, in my opinion. Hold on. I knew it. A rando platform is never a rando platform. Except the few times that it is. I do no business in Russia except for the Russia business. Ugh. Oh frick. These plant things, the flowers, are another one of those things that's affected by the tilting, which is neat. Though it's actually mostly annoying, but it's still neat. Because you have fairly limited control over them. It just happens. No. Can I go up this way? Oh, I can. I think this was the intended way to go up, actually. But it just gives this area a nice, airy, bouncy feel to it. Not that the whole rest of the game doesn't have that for the most part, but... There we go. Oh, frick. I wonder, has this ever been at AGDQ? I don't know how good this game speedruns, but it actually has like speedrun-ish modes built into it. Well, not like it has timing and rewards for doing the game fast. So that's interesting. I guess pretty much everything is speedrun at this point. Like somebody probably speedruns Mavis Beacon, whatever it is. Mavis Beacon speedrun. I have to know now. Oh no, there's a Let's Play, but there's no. I don't see the speedruns of Mavis Beacon, so I'm not sure if you can speedrun that. Like, I don't know if it has a win condition. Anyway, Mavis Beacon isn't a real person, by the way. This always blows people's minds. I think I knew that, but every year or so I hear people freaking out. I really like his choruses, but I can't really leave them split up because that doesn't really work control-wise. Budsy. Is Budsy half Moja? I think there's a skit in LocoRoco 2 that acknowledges that they look very similar. Maybe he's like Gooey from, Gooey in Kirby is dark matter. He's not even half dark matter, he's just straight up dark matter. And there's some really creepy art from the end of, I showed this in the Kirby's Dreamland 3 thing, but he's very clearly dark matter if you look at one of the illustrations from the boss Butch. Yeah, I can't find it. But there's this section where they do realistic drawings of all of the characters. And Gooey is freaking terrifying. Here we go, here we go. There you go. That's your friend Gooey. He's gonna help you. He's not gonna kill you. And I love the serpent tongue really caps it off. But yeah, at the end of, if you beat Boss Butch, there's realistic drawings of all of the characters. And they're all pretty terrifying. Well, not all of them, but for the most part. Let me find Rick's. I think most of the animal friends looked okay. Oh right! Rick's feet! Let me show you this. Very unrelated, but... realistic Rick has actually pretty cute feet. Ah, jeez, Rick! Does that mean he would eat other LocoRocos like the Moja? He doesn't seem to. Does a Mario teach his typing speedrun? Good stuff. Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo. Love that creepy green guy. Keep an eye on him. I'm not sure if we'll see what happens there today, but I guess I may as well finish this on stream, because it should just be one more stream. This music kind of reminds me of one of my favorite tracks in Patapon 2, I think? It's like when you're, like, escorting the cannon or something? I forget what the heck it is. Is there a soundtrack? Probably. It might be one of those Japan-only deals, though. Obvious secret is obvious. But you can also listen to any music you want in the LocoRoco house. And I think there's some kind of music thing in LocoRoco 2 as well. Next time on Game Theory. Is Bowser Ness? It's okay, we meme on, what's it called? Game Theory, probably more often than we should. Oh, wait. What do you mean Ona? I don't see an Ona. Ona means there's a nut. I don't see one. I don't see one, buddy. I see a button, though. Gotta get the button. Have you played or seen the Stanley Parable? I played the demo. I have the Stanley Parable, but I haven't played it yet. It's one of those things where I know I will like it, so I haven't played it. Oh. There's the Ona. I'll play it eventually. I don't know if it would make a good video, though. Get some blockage here. Get out of there. Uh-oh. Oh, for Pete's sake. Uh-oh, this is bad. I've never had this. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's never happened before. Uh-oh. No. No! Frick! Ah. Stanley is very good for a stream. Really? I figured it would be one of those things where you gotta play it like yourself. Play for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Let's see. That seems like a very Stanley Parable achievement. Wait, he doesn't say Deya. Alright, and maybe he does, it's just in a really weird pitch. Huh. They usually say Deya when there's a crack. Hona. Something like that. Oh, I know you can get the LocoRoco back. I was trying to. I just didn't succeed. He had already eaten it by the time I hit him. Who is that humming? I don't remember that. Okay. Keep your gooey self up there. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay. Yep. No. Yep. No. Making weird noises makes me stay on it better, you see. Frick. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a gnocchi? Gnocchi are the weird stick people. Alright. Now we're good. Now we're not good, we're dead. Oh, we're freaking screwed. Okay. This is a game that my Sony-hating Super Nintendo fan would absolutely not stop playing, but he would absolutely never purchase a PSP for it, or admit it was good, or that it was worth owning, or anything like that. I don't get how people like that exist, but whatever. Alright. We're good. Oh. This thing goes up not as far as I expected to. No, oh, come on. Alright, I deemed that whatever is up there is not worth it, and I already lost the LocoRoco, so it doesn't matter. Long Nyoko. Alright, this is a sleepy one. Ninyoku, that's right. Until LocoRoco 2, all you had was their vocalizations to go off. Just how what everything is. Yeah, I remember that part actually. I remember having trouble with something extremely like that. I used to be extremely good at this, but I haven't really played it much since LocoRoco 2 came out, which was, I think, like just a year after it came out, so like 8-9 years ago. So yeah, skills have atrophied just a teeny bit. 30% of people open the game once. That's actually a lot more common than you would think. That was actually something really interesting about when games started doing achievement stats. An amazing amount of people stopped playing Half-Life 2, you know, one of the standard, you know, best games of all time, etc. game. An amazing amount of people only played a chapter or two. And stats are obviously going to be even worse for a lot of games that aren't, you know, literally Half-Life 2. I wonder how it feels to have a plant growing in your head. I doubt that would be pleasant, honestly. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Rude. Excuse me. Excuse me. I like how it's easier to climb over him than it is to wait for him to go under him. And there's no risk of being stomped either. I love the silly little bits, like those rotating platforms there. And the 85% of people beat the tutorial. Yeah, that sounds about right. Speaking of, I bought the frickin' Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4. I never opened it. I need to sell it. I don't know why I got that. Oh, it was extremely hard to climb on. You gotta wait. There's a certain point in their walk cycle you need to wait for, and then you jump on them. And then once you're on the knee, or above the knee, or the thigh, you're pretty good. On the PSP version, you would usually see the LocoRocos bounce a bit for, you know, a few seconds on that loading screen. I'm almost surprised they actually even included it in this version, but I guess it's neat they did for history's sake. As long as they don't actually slow the game down just to show it, but I don't think they do. This is a freaking, like, elastic tree. I've never seen a tree this elastic. I just freaking love the colors in this game. This reminds me, I have to play Hohokum sometime. I guess I could stream it, maybe. That was a really cool one. I see that secret. I see it. You mean that almost synthy thing in the background? I don't even know how to classify that. I'm not like a music person. I guess it's a stringed instrument of some sort. Ah, frick. Yeah. They're good instruments, Brent. Uh-oh. Aw. Never go through the split up if you can avoid it. Oh. I figured for sure that would be a secret. Chupas aren't even hard to use, but for some reason I always mess them up at least a couple times. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Yeah, push that back into place. Alright. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. There we go. And eat that. This is the sort of game I wish Sony emphasized a lot more in the whole PS3 era. It's a shame PS3 never really got the LocoRoco Remastered. We got LocoRoco Kokorecho, but well, I enjoyed that. It's not what most people really wanted from the game, or from LocoRoco. Oh, you never played it despite having a PSP? It's one of my favorites from the PSP. Please. Where are you? Fall. Get on the map. Okay. Why is he having problems? Would you please get your booty over here? Aw, he's freaking dead. Yeah. And I think a lot of the hate for remasters, frick. Ah, damn it. Oh, this is having a good time on this level. I might actually die. This is bad. Oh no. Life is pain. Okay. That was awkward. A lot of the complaints about remasters don't remember that, like, a lot of people just didn't play the freaking game. And sometimes the game is just good enough that you just want to play it again. Like, I did complete this, so... Remasters are freaking good. That's all I have to say about that. They preserve games, and they do it in a way that is, you know, commercially viable for the owner, which is a little undervalued, but, you know, most people don't think about that, is what I mean. But, you know, there's some mildly valid points about how, like, actually, never mind. There's no valid points about how, no, you shouldn't make remasters. There was this really whiny article whining about, I think it was Full Throttle Remastered, about how, oh no, emulation, you should do emulation instead. It's like, Full Throttle Remastered redrew all of the art. Frickin' Wonder Boy was a fantastic remaster. In this case, I mean, it's just what the game was, but higher resolution, which is exactly what it should be. This isn't really a sort of game that, like, you can do much too fancy with. Like, there's nothing wrong with the original art. And sometimes, you know, some games you don't really need, like, a major redo. Wonder Boy, that was a very strange one, and it's actually very cool that it got such an extensive remake. But not all games need that. Like, I think Voodoo Vince was a pretty straightforward remaster, right? But for a 3D game, that can still, you know, bump the visuals quite a lot, assuming it wasn't, you know, in a form easily improved otherwise. And just having a game on, you know, a modern console helps a lot. I mean, heck, I have a PSP, and I don't play PSP games anymore. The game's just, oh, frick. That is not what I meant to do. Oh, well. What do the nuts do? Usually, you just eat them and you get pickeries, or... They hide secrets, generally.
No, nothing ain't bold, I get down. Don't bubble gotta do.
The ending to it weirded me out. I don't know what that was referring to. I wasn't looking at chat for a second there. Sometimes playing video games makes it hard to follow up with chat, unsurprisingly. Which is why, mad respect for the, you know, commentators at AGDQ and such. When I speedrun Bunny Must Die, I cover maybe half of the stuff I want to talk about, and that's not even like a super short speedrun, and I'm not like particularly great at it. Like, I had a D-Rust, like, slow run of like, I think it was like over an hour, and I still did not have time to talk about most things, because most rooms just blaze right on by. There's secrets. Of course there's secrets. I'm not sure if I was supposed to avoid that, but I sure did. Oh, I see. It makes such a weird noise. Okay, I'm definitely not supposed to be in this shape. Oh, it's for LocoRoco? I don't even remember the ending of that game. I'll have to play it again. I recall enjoying that, but I can definitely see why most people didn't or thought it was too short or whatever. I think there's 2 R's in the first set as well. I don't know. It's hard to spell any Loco related things that are not LocoRoco. I have LocoRoco on the PS3. I could show it sometime, but I don't know. That would be super interesting. The music definitely struggled just a little bit on that start there. But they might patch it. I noticed they even patched, they patched Dark Cloud 2, the PS4 to PS2 thingy. Just bug fixes, but it's cool they have the ability to do that. Speedrunners complaining about Insane Trilogy. Was it the thing about how the crates smash on your head if you miss the crates? I mean, all you have to do is like add a thing to be able to skip that animation, and I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, and as long as it's faster. Oh, it removed a lot of glitches. Oh, that's even dumber. I mean, they're gonna have to remove glitches. Well, I mean, it's not even removing glitches. They would have to add in the glitches at that point, because I mean, it's a totally new game. I would totally respect leaving in glitches or like, you know, recreating the glitches like that, but I don't think that's very reasonable to expect. Not for a project like that, because I mean, it's not a remaster. No matter what they call it, that is not a remaster, that is a remake. And remakes are not going to have the same glitches unless it's like a deliberate effort. Like, this game is a remaster, and like, if they removed some really cool glitch that did cool things for speedrunning in this version that did not negatively impact normal gameplay, then I could see being upset. Because I mean, this is a very straight remaster. This is just the PSP game with much higher resolution, which is exactly what it should be. Doesn't really have anything particularly wrong with that. They could have added some LocoRoco 2 features, or, you know, they could have added things, but I don't think that's necessary or expected in this case. There we go. I did not think I was going to make that. That was pretty impressive. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna... Wait, what level number is this? Unless I miscounted and the next one is the Mojo one, I'm not sure we're gonna get through this whole thing tonight. So yeah, I'll probably stream this either Tuesday or Wednesday. I need to get You know what? I'll do it Tuesday, and we'll do a chill stream on Wednesday with birthdays again, or maybe LSD. 'Cause it's been a while since I've done LSD. It's a game, by the way. Slow loading screens. It was a bit odd, but I mean, depends if it's like if it's a single one-time load at the beginning of the game and everything else is seamless. Like Infamous Second Son does that. I can't complain too much about that. I guess Neptunia, Cyber Dimension Neptunia does that too. But I can't complain about that too much. But if it's every level, yeah, that would be unusual for a game like that, I would think. I know I can get up here. Maybe I can't. Oh wait, I think I can get from that other slope. Yeah, I think I was being too clever by half. Yeah, much easier. The heck? Oh, hey, Moi Moi. Oh dang, the inside of his house is still pixels. I didn't notice that before. They must have missed that graphic. The Moi Moi almost looks more upset than he does happy when he's been woken up. That's the only non-redrawn art I've seen in this game, so like I was saying before, maybe they'll fix it, but not a big deal either way. Though I'm sure if this was Steam, someone would have already left thumbs down recommendation because of that specific feature. How can I be immersed in the LocoRoco video game if you don't even fix this tiny texture on level 27? Oh frick, I missed a thing. Oh wait, maybe I didn't miss a thing. Wow. Alright. Oh, frick. I fricked it. I fricked it up. I think more Dominingo abuse happens in the second game. Yeah, there will be Dominingo abuse happening. There was already Dominingo abuse, that's the penguin. I think I already said that. Am I a fan of Sony PlayStation games? I mean, I have all of the consoles and I like a lot of the games. I try not to be like a hardcore fan of anything particular, but Sony's got lots of great games. So, I need a canon answer. Do piccaries die when you collect them? Because like their face like kind of flies off, but maybe they're just, you're eating their little like thing that they have and the pickery is fine. Or maybe not. Who knows? Oh no! Uh-oh. It's dangerous. Gotta play pachinko. Is there an echo in here? I would say speedrunners are not the same thing as hardcore fans, yeah. Tumblr. When did Tumblr come up? It's very hard not to sing or at least mouth the lyrics in a lot of these songs. I will spare you any attempts at singing though. My voice is not particularly made for singing, I do not think. Why are they all squishy when you jump on them? Listen to that. No, they're flicked away. The things holding the pickeries are normally flies. Oh, so the pickeries are like the coins and the flies are the things? Oh, pickeries are the fruit being carried by a bug. Okay. So I was right. They leave the fly alone. Best songs in Red LocoRoco. It's one of my favorites. It's not my absolute favorite. As far as LocoRoco theme songs, I think this guy's my favorite sort of disco theme. Back down here. As far as my favorite single piece of music, it's probably the Buoy Buoy song. The Buoy Buoy Fort thing. And it's such a shame that you rarely get to hear it because those levels are extremely hard. So actually getting enough LocoRoco to hear the full song is quite a challenge sometimes. Has anybody here beaten Buoy Buoy Fort 3? Be honest. Especially on Midnight Carnival. Bonus points for that. Yes! Domingo abuse. How does this part work? I see that up there. There we go. Rest in peace, Domingo. I don't know why you abused the poor penguins. It's always that same penguin. He didn't even do anything wrong. Oh yeah, the Buoy Buoy do their own version of the Moja theme too. I don't remember that one though. Really hope they'll have that LocoRoco 2 remaster. I don't know if there's any news about it. I'm sure I would have heard though. Yeah, I don't see any news about it. I doubt they would announce it like right after the first one though. Passage on LocoRoco 2, never in Midnight Carnival. Here it's even harder in Midnight Carnival. Alright, are there 5 state worlds in this, or are there 6? I guess it doesn't matter too much, because I could just go... I'm sure I'd find something to do if I end up coming short on the stream. The best music... Oh yeah, the main theme's great too. I mean, there's really no bad music, I would say. Five worlds in total? Oh, so there's only 4 more levels? I'm still gonna have to leave it for another stream. I gotta get going. So yeah, tune in on Tuesday if you want to catch the last of LocoRoco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Well, there's plenty of decent games on PSP, though it's not really... Most of them are on other platforms at this point. Or at least playable on Vita, but can't immediately think of anything other than standard LocoRoco and Patapon. Yeah, that was a fun stream. Like I said, I'll try to stream a bit more from now on. I'm thinking Wednesdays and Saturday, Saturday, and Sunday. And sort of a chill stream on Wednesday, and more of the standard stuff on Saturday and Sunday. And always at the 6 p.m. Central, as always.